Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean. We are approaching Halloween.
Oh, my favorite holiday.
Jen is very excited.
It's true.
We have been putzing around in various stores looking at Halloween things. And, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a party. I don't know.
Maybe. What I'd really like to do is, I don't know. I'd like to have a party, but we just don't know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 4 people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's kind of not really a party.
I mean, unless we just say like, hey, we're going to do horror movies.
See, I kind of like that idea.
Feel free. Like we can, program a horror movie night.
But then you have to make sure people are hanging out and watching the horror movies, because you can literally just come over and watch one movie and leave.
Yeah, I mean we could do 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, what would we put in a horror movie night?
It's a question. I mean,
Death Spa.
Death Spa. Yeah, Death Spa. Actually, Death Spa definitely.
Definitely Death Spa.
And we are blessed to have the Blu-ray version of that.
We sure do.
Halloween 3.
Absolutely, Halloween 3.
I guess we could watch Halloween 3 again.
I'll watch Halloween 3 right now.
I know you would. That's kind of
double bill with Death Spa. You just made me really happy.
Yeah, actually, that would be that'd be a good idea. That's a good start. What else would I put? I would probably do a zombie movie.
Like what?
Probably Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
I think that's a good one. That's a good solid, the original, not the Zack Snyder one.
Yeah,
but the original, it's a good solid zombie movie.
Yeah.
Day of the Dead's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
But Dawn of the Dead, I haven't watched that one in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but I'm going to watch it. I should probably watch it. I definitely should watch it at some point this season. And let's see, we'll do 4 because that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably throw something Italian in there.
Italian?
Yeah.
What's Italian?
I don't know, it's like some Argento movie.
I mean, I have any number of Dario Argento movies to pick. I actually wouldn't mind putting in Creepers or Phenomena. I would enjoy that because that one's always that one's not so much it's scary as it's just it's kind of scary, but it's also got a monkey wielding a razor blade.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'll tell you.
I have to think about the audience that we would be inviting to this. These aren't horror hounds.
No, they're not. They're not.
So
they're not as hip as us to that.
They
stuff.
might not. Maybe the idea of they'd be more of a Slaughter High.
Oh, that's right. We do have Slaughter High.
We have, or Chopping Mall, which we also have.
Those are both great choices.
Yeah, because I feel like they'd probably be more into that sort of thing.
Those are actually really
be into something that's not as that's a little more that's Italian. Basically.
Yeah, although I will say, Phenomena, the Dario Argento movie from 1985, starring Jennifer Connelly.
Yes, I remember this movie. I've seen it.
You weren't with me. I think I was...
No, but I have seen this movie.
Yes, but I was I think it was when I was in L.A. when I first kind of discovered the New Beverly. When I was first interning there.
Yeah. And
I went there for the Halloween festival.
Yes.
One of the movies they showed was Phenomena.
Yeah.
And, probably a lot of people that were there didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe didn't know, never seen it. The pop... I mean, I don't care if I'm going to spoil it, but the pop at the end... when the monkey came back with the razor blade, because they kind of set it up, they set up the.
Don't spoil that 30-plus-year-old movie or however old that movie is.
Because they set it up because Donald Pleasance has the monkey helper, and Donald Pleasance gets murdered, and his monkey helpers.
I remember that.
And the monkey is like, I'm out for vengeance, and he comes across a razor blade, and he's walking away with it. People in the theater is like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Right. And then at the end, when the lead heel woman's about to get away, the monkey shows up, and the fucking theater lost its goddamn mind. It was actually a great moment to be a part of when people are just like, "Oh, it just."
Yeah, just cheering for the monkey.
Yeah, I kind of wish there'd be a way to get that in wrestling, where a monkey with a razor blade just showed up and just fucking everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. Clap, 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 clap.
Hey, AEW needs some content. Needs some content for that new show they're coming out with.
Oh God.
So
well, as long as they found their belt. I mean, there hasn't been any fun internet thing. Last week, there were so many fun internet things that happened.
Did we talk about that on the?
We did. Yeah, we did. Now we're just back to the usual hell that we live in, which is kind of disappointing. Because, man, was it fun there for a couple days.
That's right. Yeah, no, we had a missing wrestling belt.
With Jeremy Renner's app.
Well, as we just talked about, we because the news came out afterward that because we were hypothesizing what happened to the belt.
Yes.
The belt. What happened was it got put on the back of a limo.
Well, I think we discussed that.
No, we didn't. We didn't get to that point.
No, we did because they'd already found it by the time we did our show.
But we didn't. But that. And
you were talking about the guy with the scallops and the Florida man, and
I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A Florida man that was searching for scallops found the belt on the side of a road.
Yes.
And now it is back in the possession of Chris Jericho.
Yes.
And now, unfortunately, nothing else has happened. Scallop Man has not become.
Yeah, he's not trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Kind of wants some scallops.
He didn't become the 30 to 90 feral hogs guy or whatever those 30 to 60 feral hogs. He didn't become that guy for a brief 48 hours.
No, he did not.
That man shone brightly.
See, now
in the Twitter sphere.
I kind of want some scallops now. Kind of. I'm not gonna lie.
That's right, because Botchamania had that really great ending where it was just like the internet on like whatever day he lost the belt.
Yeah, and they were just playing like a cop they're playing I think it was footage from like Opie and Anthony or something like that.
Yeah, I think Patrice O'Neal was on it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was old, obviously. R.I.P. Patrice O'Neal. But it was just like they were talking, and then I didn't even really pay attention to what they were saying because it didn't matter.
No, they were just laughing.
At first they were just like, because it was like normal day, and then all of a sudden they just fucking started laughing.
Yeah.
At whatever happened. And then Patrice, of course, is like cracking up for a good, 5 minutes probably.
Yeah,
and that's when all the memes started popping up. It was great.
That actually made me miss Patrice O'Neal a lot.
Right?
Because I know you
great
don't.
Laugh.
I never. Yeah, one of the
what
best
a great
laughs. Because he was
like a contagious laugh.
Well, that's why I love. I know you don't like the show this much, but that's why I really like All Fancy Everything.
Oh yeah,
because David Bore's on there. He's a comedian and he's one of the regular hosts on the show, and he's got a very contagious laugh.
Yeah,
when they're cracking up.
I feel like it's just too loud for me.
I think it could definitely be a bit much.
Yeah, but, it's just for me. It's maybe they need to like adjust their levels or something because I feel like it is just, or maybe you need to turn it down when we're in the car. That could also, because it's so loud, and I'm like, I can't take it.
Yeah, that could be it could be a bit much.
Yeah, it might just be their levels are a little high or whatever, but shit.
But yeah, so what was it? Last week we went to the flea market.
There is
Denver flea market.
No, it's called the Mile High Flea Market.
Oh, Mile High Flea Market.
Mile High Flea Market, which has been around since I was a kid, probably before then. I don't even know. And it's just this big fucking flea market on a slab of fucking asphalt.
Yeah, it is.
Out in the middle of Denver. And it's like, it even has permanent structures and shit.
Yeah.
But also just random tables of garbage.
Yes, literal
garbage. Which is Sean's favorite thing, as we all know.
Well, here's the thing.
Remembering guys, tables full of garbage.
Even better when I get to remember guys while they're on a table full of garbage.
Oh shit!
That would be that's my ideal situation.
It really is.
But yeah, we went there and it was very
kind of sucked.
It was disappointing. I mean,
it's just like the same three things over and over and over again, and everything that Sean wanted to go to, because there was a couple game things, they're all closed.
Games or just like action figure or just stuff that like actually would care to look at.
Yeah, no,
was all kind of just not existing.
Yeah, it was just like, do you want a cell phone case? Because if you don't want one here, there's another thing 2 doors down, more cell phone cases and sunglasses.
Do you want a child's backpack?
Would you like some tires?
Would you like an
off-brand Barbie doll
or a cops and robbers set with brightly colored guns and handcuffs?
Yeah,
you can get that at this stand, or you can get it at literally every stand
Literally,
this fucking flea
every
market.
fucking stand at this flea market will sell this exact same thing to you.
Then they will have 500 of them at every stand.
The exact same fucking thing.
Jesus, my God.
That was kind of the thing that sucked. It was like, oh,
Kind of like, I just want to know why. I'm like, why is it like this?
I don't know.
Like, who's buying? I mean, you can't expect. How do you turn a profit?
I don't know.
Or do you, or is it just how it is where they need somebody to be there to sell these things because somebody bought a lot of them and somebody's like, okay, you go here, and that's how it is.
I don't know. Maybe it's because like you can kind of park. It's like you park around the flea market,
right?
And the flea market's in the center, so it's kind of like maybe there's so many duplicate type of stands, so like people just walk in and they don't have to go far.
So they walk in and they're like, oh my God. The Cops and Robbers set.
Perfect for my child. And and then they leave.
And they leave and they're like...
There was also rides there, but we didn't go over there.
Yeah, there were some rides. There's some restaurants. And
yeah, there's like... that's the thing. Like in the middle of it, all of a sudden there's just like this freestanding cafe.
Yeah, get yourself a horchata.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was
It would have been nice to get a horchata. I should have done that.
I can't remember if I ever had a horchata.
I feel like I have and I liked it.
It's like basically like cinnamon milk kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, maybe I should get a horchata.
Yeah, try that.
You know what I also want to do? I want to eat a tamale.
You've never had one?
I can't remember if I've ever had one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, I mean, it's a tamale. It's like
Even
what?
in L.A.?
I don't know. I mean, I've never...
It's like corn. So it's like inside a corn husk. They have like it's like a cornmeal and then...
Maybe
they're
next
good.
time. Okay, well, how about... I can't remember if I've ever had one. Maybe I have had one, but I don't really remember ever having one.
You know, there's that, as we're driving to my parents' house, that guy who sells them out of the back of his fucking car.
Yeah.
Honestly, those are probably the best ones.
Right, but...
Or I can ask, I work with this woman who has like a tamale hookup. She brought him in last year for like Christmas.
Oh, she's a tamale woman?
Well, she has a tamale hookup. She said she drove to some like shady part of town to like meet some old lady who makes tamales and sells them out of her garage.
Okay.
And I think it's
the only way you can get them.
I think that's the best way to get. I mean, you can get like,
well,
tamale,
how about this?
But that's probably the best tamale.
Remind me when we go to the Lucha Cantina, which is we're gonna do at some point.
Yeah, sure.
I'll get a tamale there
If they have them.
I can't see why they wouldn't.
I have not looked at their menu.
I'm pretty certain this any Mexican restaurant worth their
salt
has
tamales.
Has tamale. Obviously, they got.
I just don't know if you'd be satisfied if you went to a restaurant and ordered tamale. I feel like
I just want to try it. I just want to know. I just want to be like, just give me a tamale.
I can't believe you've never had one.
I don't know if I have. Maybe I have, and maybe it wasn't that. I mean, obviously, I've lived a long time.
We're so fucking old,
and I've eaten a lot of things.
You
in
have
those
eaten
years.
so many things. That's what I mean. Like you've eaten all of the things, so I'm so surprised that you haven't eaten the specific.
I've eaten jelly beans left by somebody in a bin at a music store that I worked at.
That's not a good story. I'm surprised you didn't get, I don't know, Ebola.
Sis, my best friend.
I mean, Taco Bell gave you cancer, so who knows?
My best friend in Buffalo has always tortured me with that, and rightfully so.
Rightfully so. And this, you know what? This is the one instance I'm going to side with Cisco. He's fucking right. We don't eat seedy bin jelly beans. That are just like, what, open? And just like sitting in there?
They were just sitting there, and I was like, oh, these should be fine. And somebody's like, what? It's always like, what if somebody put poison on them? I was like, nobody's putting poison on anything.
I mean, just being in that bin is poison.
I know that. I know.
I don't know where those CDs have been.
Well, they weren't scattered. They were in a bag.
I know. Oh, they're in a bag. I thought you were talking about like scattered jelly beans.
No, I wasn't just like, I wasn't just like, oh.
That's what I thought you were talking about. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, they were in a bag. Like somebody went to the candy factory or whatever the store is, and they got a bag of jelly beans, and they left them sitting in a bag. And I was like, hey, nobody's eating these. I guess I'll eat these because I'm a trash monster. I'm a 21-year-old trash monster.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't have eaten them.
No.
But it's way better than if you were just eating loose jelly beans out of the CD bin.
Yeah, no, right. Okay. I mean, it wasn't like they were on the ground and I was like on the ground eating them off the ground with my mouth. Like an anteater. It's like, excuse me, sir, can you help me find the latest Kelly Clarkson CD? I'm like, oh.
Were you a hungry hippo?
Yeah, pretty much. In the corner, because I found them in the corner where people go to steal CDs. because there was a certain corner where it was like the classical and like the jazz CDs, and you can always tell when most people that don't listen to jazz or classical are back
most
there,
everybody,
which is usually like unless if you're an
no one ever goes over
unless if you're an old person, you shouldn't be back there,
right?
So we would go back there, and that's where you find all the stuff that people are selling or trying to steal. But that's where I found the jelly beans too. Somebody was just like, "Oh,
maybe they traded the
treat
jelly
for
beans.
Sean."
I was going to say maybe they traded the jelly beans for the CD they stole.
That's how they thought. They bartered.
Yes, they were like, I can't afford to pay for this Mariah Carey CD. I will leave these.
It was an on-the-spot barter. It's like, if I leave this bag of jelly beans, that guy over there will probably be okay with that. He'll probably accept me taking the CD.
If this guy eats these jelly beans, that is an acceptable form of payment.
Oh, that is, yeah. Yep. My stomach is a cash register. Ain't worth the hill of beans that this is on, or whatever. But that's a thing that happened once. Also, I've told you about this before. One time,
what else did you eat?
How does this turn into Sean ate a lot of things in his 20s that he shouldn't have?
I don't know.
Actually, that'd be a great podcast. I could probably make like a whole season of. I could probably do like a year worth of episodes of that.
Talking about the things you ate that you shouldn't have.
Episode 37, the baseball mitt-sized tuna sandwich.
Oh yeah,
at Sunset Tap and Grill.
It's not there anymore.
R.I.P. Sunset Tap and Grill.
Yeah, that was a great place.
But the one time a woman came in, I don't know what the story was behind this.
Did you eat the woman?
She's like, I need to be eaten, and I was like, like my mouth opened like a fucking like a really bad CGI mouth,
like a Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Wasn't that like a Family Guy bit where like Tony Robbins had like a huge mouth and he ate a guy?
No, I don't know, but that sounds about right.
Okay, yeah.
Let's just say it was like just imagine that bit, but me eating a woman that walked into the store. No, some woman came because there was a Dairy Queen /
There's actually a fetish with people who eat other people whole.
Wait, what?
It's not a fetish that can be like realized, but yeah, like, it's called like vorism or something.
Voyeurism?
Vorism. VORE. Vor.
But if it's a fetish, it can't be realized.
I don't know. I have no idea. But it like literally some people like are really into the idea of like women swallowing men whole. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I've read about this thing.
You read a lot of things.
I do read a lot of things. It apparently exists. I don't know. Anyway, so what were you going to do to that woman you almost swallowed?
So there was an Orange Julius, which, by the way, we had an Orange Julius this weekend.
We did.
That was very exciting.
It was good.
It was good. There was an Orange Julius / Dairy Queen next to the store.
Well, we went to, after Sean's excursion to the flea market, he said he was unfulfilled. So we, no,
it's true.
He did. He literally, we got in the car. He goes, "I'm unfulfilled," and so
take me to Boulder so I can buy video games.
Take me to Game Force in Boulder, so I can buy video games. And oh, by the way, CU's playing Nebraska this weekend, so we're gonna be stuck in traffic for a good fucking half an hour.
God, I'm such an adult baby. What have I become?
So we did. We went there, but there we had an Orange Julius. Because Sean took so long in the store, and we went to a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But first, tell me about this woman in the Orange Julius.
Well, you keep interrupting me.
You said Orange Julius, and then I started telling the story about the Orange Julius.
Okay. So, anyways, a woman came in. Basically, what happened was a woman walked into the store holding a strawberry sundae and just walked in and went, I just bought this and I don't want it. Can somebody take this from me? Oh,
I know the story.
And then everybody looked at me
because you're the guy that eats jelly beans out of the CD containers.
That eats unwanted food, and they were like, and I was like, I guess I can eat this. And they're like, okay, Sean, just go in the back and eat it. And that's what I did. I don't even like strawberry syrup. But
hey, free Sunday.
But why would you buy a Sunday immediately? Unless I mean, she wasn't like in a rush or anything. She just kind of casually, like it wasn't like she was like, my sister's having a baby. You know,
maybe she just bought it and then she was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Buying this fucking strawberry sundae." I already had whatever this morning. I don't need this strawberry sundae, but I don't want to throw it away.
I just had Arby's.
I'll just give it to that random guy who eats everything.
I've heard about you. I heard there's a human disposal, garbage disposal, a young garbage disposal man in this store.
Yeah, you like that guy in the X-Files who's like all tattooed and puzzled, and he literally eats everything, like rocks and light bulbs and jumper cables.
Yeah, that's probably me.
I mean,
that's where I was headed. Thankfully, I met you.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think after I met you, I think I stopped eating things I find.
That's good. I did yell at you a lot about your diet when we first met. I was like, why are you eating literally everything that's brown?
Well, because literally... like
put some green in that. How about some vegetables? What do you think?
One of my...
plants?
Well, I was fucking with cheeseburger subs from NYP late at night.
Well...
But I was also losing lots of weight because I was walking. But also,
yeah.
I often talk about, I think it was the day before I met you.
Oh,
or the day before we went on our date.
Like because it was Valentine's Day.
It was the day after Valentine's Day.
No, our first date was the day after Valentine's Day, but it was on Valentine's Day when you ate this meal.
I had a box of stuffing with...
Stovetop
stuffing with deli turkey.
In it?
Yeah, because that's all I had. And and ranch. And I made a casserole out of that.
That sounds
ranch dressing. Yeah.
Because you literally called it gruel.
Well, that's what I did. Well, that's what I would normally do. Because like when I was in Buffalo and I was living that bachelor life with my old roommate Greg, one of my staples was taking like those sides, like those pasta sides that you would make. You find them. They're like a couple bucks, whatever. They're cheap, and you put them in a bowl, and you just pour a bunch of water and you cook them for 20 minutes and they're done. I would just eat like one of those for dinner
with
like like meat, or usually it depends like. But
you would put
sometimes I would put vegetables in there. I put frozen vegetables. You would put
frozen vegetables and like a can of tuna, and you would microwave the whole thing.
I wouldn't microwave the tuna in it.
Oh, I thought you did.
But I would put the tuna in afterwards, and then I would just eat. That's how I would eat. That was like my. It would just be all brown and shit.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I can't. I mean, I'm not going to say I've always been perfect. God knows how many times have I had movie theater popcorn for dinner on purpose.
On purpose, yes.
But Jesus Christ.
I've eaten drawer hot dogs.
Yes.
I don't miss those. Actually, I do miss those because they were cheap. Because that's a cheap theater in the Valley.
Oh yeah, the second run theater in the Valley. I miss that place.
Yeah, I went to see Fast
I'm
Five.
certain there was just mold growing on everything, like in the theaters.
I thought it was fine though.
It was fine. We went all the time. It was fun. It was cheap, but we did go for the very first time to a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. Yes.
It was fine.
It was. Not
it's a
that
lot
impressive.
of food.
Well, it's a lot. Here's the thing. It was like a $12 like meal, or like $12 or $14 meal. And I decided to get the chicken fried steak, but they give you like 3 sides.
Give you all the food.
And in addition to biscuits.
Yeah, biscuits and shit that come with it. I was like, what in the hell?
I was like, what the fuck's wrong with these people?
And then we confused the waitress when we ordered iced tea because we didn't want it sweetened.
Yeah, that's
And whenever you do that,
thing.
people look at you like you're fucking nuts, and you're like, no, I don't need the sugar.
But I do need all this gravy.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fine.
It was okay. The thing I've heard all sorts of magical things about Cracker Barrels. Because it's a staple of the wrestler diet, the pro wrestler diet.
Man, you start talking about Cracker Barrel and people like jizz themselves. It's fine.
Calm down.
It's fine. Those biscuits were good though. I like
yeah, it's pretty good. So, anyways, that was our weekend.
Vorism and docking.
Vorism. Yeah, lots of vorism, guys.
Just swallowed those biscuits whole.
People were just walking right into my mouth. It's like, oh, what's over here?
Instead of there being a store at the front of the Cracker Barrel, it was just Sean's mouth.
I gotta look up this vorism.
No, you don't. It's gross.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, no, I don't want to look. Maybe I don't. But I'm just trying to understand, like how. I mean, is it just a mental fetish?
I guess so. I don't know.
Thinking about it's like or maybe they take like action figures and put them in their mouths.
I don't think that's the thing. I think it's like literally like you want to swallow another human being whole, or
you can't.
I know you can't, but it's one of those things you can't do. I don't know. So apparently,
was this on Savage Love?
No. So I had heard about this before, but I don't remember from where. And then this week, somebody wrote into one of the Slate advice columns.
Uh-huh.
I think it was the kid one. Like, care and feeding is usually the parent one. Or it was how to do it, and I can't remember. But they were just like, hey, our son, when he was a kid, like younger, he watched some movie where a lingerie-clad Laura Flynn Boyle swallows a man whole.
Wait, what?
And apparently he really liked this movie. He was like, I really like when the lady swallowed the guy. And now that he's like 13, they're tracking his internet usage and he's looking up this shit. So apparently it like made enough of an impression for him to be like, that's my thing.
What movie is this?
I have no idea. I was like, what movie is Laura Flynn Boyle in where she swallows dudes?
I gotta look this up.
So that's what it said in the Slate article. So this little poor fucking 13-year-old boy's out there, instead of just Googling the word boob, he's looking at cartoons of, I don't know, men being swallowed by women. And that's his fucking thing. I don't know. Dicks and pussies are weird. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's a TED Talk. That would be a great TED Talk.
All genitalia is weird. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to look up this movie for Laura Flynn Boyle, and we'll take a break, and we'll come back with our book for this week.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Sorry I've been away so long. I won't let you down again.
It's finally here, coming to the Fire and Water Podcast Network.
General, would you care to step outside?
It's Superman 2 Movie Minute.
Chris Franklin and Rob Kelly are back to discuss 1980's Superman 2, 5 minutes at a time.
Superman faces his toughest challenge when he squares off against Lex Luthor and 3 villains from the planet Krypton.
Superman 2 Movie Minute, proud member of the Fire and Water Podcast Network.
Man, this is going to be good.
All right, we're back here in Worst Collection Ever with our book for this week, but
First.
research.
Yeah, we figured out what movie they were talking about. So apparently it's Men in Black 2.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, it's got to be that one.
It has to be, right? This is the only one that makes sense. So I guess this is what it says on Wikipedia. And I don't remember Men in Black 2 at all. I remember the first one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, here's the thing. I got her mixed up because I saw Men in Black. I was like, oh, she's the girl that worked in the morgue, but that was Linda Fiorentino.
Oh, okay.
So,
at the beginning of the film, the evil plant-like alien Serlina arrives on Earth and assumes the form of a human woman. Almost immediately, she is assaulted by a mugger named Creepy, who is unaware of her identity as an alien. After he drags her away, she takes control of the situation and promptly swallows the mugger whole. So, apparently, that's a thing.
that must have been ground zero for a lot of vortexes, vorisms.
And it was the column.
Vorists.
The column was how to do it on
How to
Slate.
vorist?
No, how to do it is the column name, the
Okay.
sex advice column on Slate.
All right, well, let's talk about a fucking comic.
Yeah, see, look. It says, Dear How to Do It. I'm concerned my son has developed a sexual fetish from watching Laura Flynn Boyle swallow a man whole.
But then they went into it and said this is a thing? Is that what the response
Yes.
was?
Yeah. It's called vorism.
Okay. I'd say I'm just interested.
Yeah.
But not like interested like it would do something for me, but interested that it exists.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to be a documentary about it, but kind of like that Tickled one.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
that one was
probably
really
one of the scariest
upsetting.
movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right? Like, you went in, like, being like, I'm going to laugh my ass off at this fucking movie.
No.
No, you don't. It is so
No.
upsetting. And you're like, oh my God, why are people like this?
No, you're not going to laugh at all.
No, it's going to be very
you're
upsetting.
gonna be very scared.
Yeah,
Also,
terrified.
That guy's dead.
Yep.
Anyways, our book for this week, it is what the fuck is wrong with me? Detective Comics number 519 from October 1982. It is Batman starring in this book, as he tends to do in Detective Comics. And right on the cover here, it says Struggle in the Sky. And we see Batman swooping down on a rope, and he's fighting another man who's also attached to a rope.
And there's Blimp.
And they're fighting in front of a blimp, and this man that's attacking him is shooting him with a gun. He's dressed in purple. Looks like Grimace.
This is like...
Also, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I really enjoyed this kind of era of them drawing Batman.
I like this Batman.
I like the way he looks because the way they draw, especially when he's like swinging in or jumping down, the way they draw his legs, he just looks very graceful.
It is, yeah. He's very, very good, lean Batman.
Yeah, he's not like giving you the sole of his boot. He's just a very graceful, probably moves very quietly type of Batman.
This is Don Newton. Did he do the cover? Is that what I'm going to assume here? I mean, he says he did the pencils, so yeah. No, it's awesome. Yeah. I also want to point out here. So you got this. So Batman's swinging in, holding the rope, but this other guy is.
Also holding a rope.
Well, he's holding the rope, but the way he's got it is like it's just looped around his one hand.
Yeah, that's how he's gonna die.
And somehow that is not just ripping his just cutting off all of his circulation and amputating his hand immediately or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's not holding on to anything. No other limbs are holding it. He's not attached to anything else. It looks very inconvenient.
Yes.
So
what I was gonna say, because I remember reading this. So apparently there is a petition, and speaking of how to draw Batman, there is a DC style guide out there, and I guess it is online, right? And this is by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Praise be his name.
And he was the one who did the style guide to say, this is how you draw Superman, this is how you draw Batgirl, this is how... So apparently this is all online, but people are now trying to...
I love those kind of things. It's kind of like
they're trying to like.
Yeah.
There's a petition going around now.
Oh, to get this reprinted?
Yeah, to like release like a really nice version of it.
I'd fucking buy that in a second.
Right? Wouldn't that be great?
Give it to me now.
It says.
Why does the petition? Why can't just DC release?
Well, I guess it's just out of print, or they won't release a new one. So some fan wants DC to release the guide.
God damn it!
Set up a petition on change.org. to aims to get them to publish the style guide so anybody can buy a copy of it.
I would buy that in a second.
That would be cool. And it's even like, this is the color you should use when you're,
I just love those things because
I would 100% buy that. That'd be awesome, especially if it was like a nice hardbound.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because I have like those, I have the binder full of those Marvel, the 93 official handbooks or whatever, but they just kind of do them where the characters are just standing there and it's like style guide.
Yeah.
Like they're I mean, it's not like telling you specific things, but they're kind of posed like in a way that it's just very basic, very basic stance, and I like it because I just like being able to see everything and to see how things look in that. So especially for somebody who likes to create guys on his video games.
That's right.
It's
when the wrestling guy game comes out, you're going to spend just hours just making new G.I. Joes.
We'll see. I kind of got bored with the game. I kind of feel like I have to get back into it, though.
This happens every year.
It does happen every year.
So you buy it, and you fuck with it for a while, and then you don't touch it again, and then the new game comes out, and that's the one you play.
Yep.
That's how this works.
Yep.
Okay. Batman on top of he's in Washington D.C.
Yep.
He is on top of the Washington Monument.
This is kind of a continuation of the previous Batman issue.
Yeah.
The issue of Batman.
Yes.
Number 352. So Batman is on top of the D.C. Monument. Just kind of like looking.
Apparently some dude has stolen a Navy ship.
Uh-huh.
So Batman's
complete with Navy crew.
Yeah.
He just took the whole thing.
Just like, fuck it, this is my ship now. So Batman's like, okay, well, I'm in D.C. Instead of going back to Gotham, I'm going to try to find this guy.
Yep.
And this is called like a dreadnought in the sky. So Batman's just like, do on the thing, thinking about the blimp that this guy apparently rides around in. So he's waiting for it. And then it appears...
Yep, it just
over the White House. I'm sure you would see it coming.
That's right. I was like, he's standing on top
blimp.
of one of the tallest structures in D.C.
Yeah,
probably the tallest structure in D.C.
I believe it is. Yeah,
on top of the tip of the point of that. How he got up there, I don't know.
Duh.
But he's up there.
Yeah,
and he does not see a gigantic orange blimp coming his way. Just anyway.
I mean. The Goodyear blimp, when it's in the sky, like, everyone sees it. Because it's a fucking blimp, and they're ridiculous.
But the way that his thing is, like, it literally just shows up, like, right in front of him.
Like, materialized.
Like, it's in between him and the Capitol.
He's like, oh my god, the blimp. And it's, like, there's a speaker that's, like, playing. This is very old-timey comics. There's like a speaker that is playing like, hello, Washington, it's me, the guy who stole the ship. Well, here I am. I don't know what he's doing right here.
Well,
Steal the something.
Basically, so we got the guy that did all this. His name is Colonel Blimp.
Yep.
Colonel Blimp.
I mean, if your name's Blimp, do you think he had the name first, or do you think he?
Wait, you think his last name was Blimp?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
Like, if your name is Sean Blimp, right? If that
God,
is,
I only wish.
If that is your Christian name, Sean Blimp, do you lean into that and become?
What do you think that was changed from when Ellis Island?
It's Blimpay.
Blimpski?
It's Blimpski. And they're like, fuck you, you're Blimp now.
Why couldn't I have been Sean Blimpski?
But, like, seriously, okay, if you're Sean Blimpski, do you fucking lean into that and go, well, obviously, the vehicle of choice for me is a blimp.
Uh-huh.
And I will hear nothing else.
That's right.
Like, is that how that works?
Well, basically, we find out that the guy, you read this, right?
Yes.
You read the part where he talks about why he's so angry. Mr. Colonel Blimp is so angry.
Well, yeah, but I was just asking, like, if your name is Blimp, do you just, like, decide that that's your vehicle of choice? I don't need to know why he's pissed yet. I just want to know what's your decision if your last name is Blimpski and you decide to be a criminal.
If I'm a criminal, yeah. If I'm a master criminal,
you obviously
I'm
have
fucking
a
with blimps.
So do you think this guy's name is actually Blimpski?
Maybe
Colonel Blimp.
Colonel Blimp, and maybe
That's his God-given name.
No, I think it's because it has something to do with his father. His father was a blimp lover.
Whose name was Blimp?
I don't know if his name was Blimp.
What if your name is Blimp and then therefore everybody gives you blimps for Christmas and you're like, well, I guess I have to like Blimp memorabilia, get little fucking toy ones.
They just constantly give you a picture of the Hindenburg crashing.
I've heard somebody talk about this. I feel like it's a bit or like something I've read, but like when people find out that like you like let's say you were really into frogs. Mm-hmm. Then all the fucking things that they give you are just like frog
That's
related.
What we do for my mom.
Yes,
we constantly give her snowmen.
Exactly. So if
I don't know why I don't know how I realized. Just one time my mom was like, my mom likes snowmen because look at all these snowmen figurines she has out for Christmas. I guess I'll just get her snowmen for Christmas.
Well, it makes it so much easier because your mom actually likes something, unlike my mother who hates all things.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really hard to buy somebody
Maybe your mom
something.
likes blimps.
Maybe I've never bought her a blimp. Let's try
ask her.
it.
Let's find out. Anyways, so this basically this blimp guy's like, look, I have this boat, this warship, and I got all these dudes on it, and I'm gonna fucking keep it if you don't give me like a bunch of money.
And
like he wants billions of dollars,
$1 million basically. And so Batman's like, good thing I have this cool grappling hook, and he like goes up to onto the blimp thing, where you can go inside.
He goes into the control place,
and he's like, what?
He's like, all right, where's this blimp motherfucker? And there's nobody in there.
Oh my god, it's a recording. This guy just set up his iPod. He had his Bluetooth. He's like, Alexa, play my Blimp manifesto. Yeah, play my Blimp manifesto, and he just sent it off into the sky.
So basically, he's like, yo, give me $10 million, or I'm gonna fucking fuck everything up.
And Batman's like, well, I can't do anything because there's nobody here, so
can't do anything. And then the recording, and the blimp is like, hey, by the way, this is gonna explode in 12 seconds because.
So now it's a fucking episode of Inspector Gadget. And Batman's like, oh, I better get out of this blimp before it blows up. So he does.
Yeah,
because it's Batman. And that is when he goes back to Wayne Manor.
This blimp fucking explodes and nobody. There are some people running here. Yeah. I was actually surprised.
Because he's like, oh my god, this one's filled with hydrogen, which is the same thing that the Hindenburg was filled with. Mm-hmm. So that thing just went up like a motherfucker. Oh, the humanity. So this guy. How he didn't burn all of Washington D.C. to the ground because he's literally over the city. But then
he crashes the blimp into like what appears to be a wooded area. Like, how did it not burn the entire Capitol down?
Right? It should have burned everything. And then so Batman's like, well, that was fun. I better. Yeah, go
Batman just kind of looks like, oh, that's a big fire. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to Gotham.
Wayne Manor.
I'm literally, you know what? I'm gonna let DC burn.
Yeah. I'm going to let the cops figure this out.
I'm going to let fucking...
See you guys later.
I'm going to let Reagan deal with this shit.
It is 1982.
Because it's 1982, and Reagan's like, "Mommy, a blimp blew up," and and Batman's like, "Peace."
Yeah, he's like, "I'll see you guys later. Bye."
Fuck this shit.
I realize this is a giant disaster.
Government doesn't pay me. I don't get paid to put out fires.
I'm not a fireman. That's Superman's job.
I'm not Superman. I'm not Aquaman. I don't deal with water.
I'm not a Wonder Twin.
Not a Wonder Twin. Fuck this shit. I'm not even gonna call.
No.
Not even
you know what? I'm just hoping that they see this shit from space.
Superman's always up in space.
He's not doing anything else.
He's not doing anything else. He might see this on his way back, or he might be flying around.
I don't know what Superman's doing. Nothing.
I don't give a shit. The Watchtower is just like, Red Tornado's right up in the Watchtower, just like, just plugged in, not looking at the screen.
Batman, you need help? Nah. Just leave.
Should I do something? Nah.
There's like all the
I
firemen.
mean, I am a wind-based hero. Maybe I can help. Nah.
No.
Elongated Man shows up. He's like, maybe I'll stretch my neck.
Ugh.
And he just gets burned to death.
Well, yay.
R.I.P. Elongated Man.
R.I.P. Elongated Man.
I kind of wish that's how Elongated Man died. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, he died when Washington burned to the ground because Colonel Blimp exploded, and Batman just said, "Fuck it."
There is another version of reality in which the Marvel universe fucked up, but the DC universe, like the cinematic universe, did really well. So there was like, instead of all those Marvel movies, there were DC movies, and Elongated Man was eventually in it, and he was played by Jeremy Renner. And alternate universe Jen is so mad about it because she fucking hates both Elongated Man and Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner's app is just like, hey, I'm stretching, Jeremy Renner. Watch me stretch my neck. Like,
yeah.
No.
And everybody's like, man, Marvel sucks dicks. They can't get a good cinematic universe together. But that's a different... That's
all these
an
kids
alternate
walking
reality.
around with all these kids walking around with elongated necks. Somehow.
Pictures of, like, stretchy Jeremy Renner. It's like Stretch Armstrong with Jeremy Renner's face. And I just get really mad, just throw him on the ground of a Target.
Ma'am. Why? Stop. Stop stomping. You know those things are filled with some sort of goo. We can't clean that up.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're just stomping out of your foot. Yeah. Excuse me, that's my fetish.
It's almost as intense as when I watch people swallow men whole.
That's right. That was actually that would be in the DC movie. That was Elongated Man 2 when Elongated Man opened his mouth. Somehow, Jeremy Renner opened his mouth and swallowed Linda Cardellini whole because she's playing Sue Dibney.
Is it just called When Elongated Man Opened His Mouth? Is that the title of your movie?
Elongated Man 2, When Elongated Man Opened His Mouth.
Oh, Elongated Man 2, When Elongated Man...
It's a very long movie. It's a very long title.
It's a very long title.
It won 3 Oscars.
And he uses himself as a slingshot.
He's definitely...
And I'm so angry the whole time. Alternate Universe Jen is so mad.
Real Universe Jen is mad. What's the difference?
There is no difference. It's just different characters being played that I don't like being played by Jeremy Renner.
Anyway, so DC burns to the ground. Batman goes back to the Batcave.
Actually, it probably would have been better if DC did burn to the ground in 1982.
Yeah, shout out to DC reality. So Batman goes back to the Batcave real quick. So he's not wearing his mask and he's just standing there.
I also really enjoy when they draw out this version of Batman because he really looks like he's just wearing like a very thick sweater.
That's what I was going to point that out.
Yes.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, so is the Batman outfit just like a cool turtleneck?
Yeah, it's a very nice sweater.
It seems comfortable.
I'm assuming Alfred knitted it himself.
I want one. It seems comfortable.
It really does, because even like when you look at when he's pointing, you can see the bottom of the sleeve, and it's all like ribbed.
It looks cozy.
It really does.
He's even holding nice because Alfred shows up with some tea. He's got the tea. It's like, man, it seems cozy.
Yeah, Batman's really warm right now.
Man,
he's got a nice.
I want it.
Nice sweater.
I also like.
I'm assuming it's cashmere.
I also like Robin here. Kind of, he's watching Batman on the computer, and he's just kind of perched his hand up there. He's kind of like the cool boyfriend in high school, put his hand against the locker. He's like,
hey,
Batman, what are you doing after fifth period? You want to go behind the bleachers and fool around?
Batman's like, but I'm wearing my nice jumper today. I can't.
I got some joints in my pouch in my trunks. You want to go back behind the bleachers and smoke some
And
J's?
Batman's like, shut up, Robin. I know you don't have any pockets.
Shut up, Robin. I saw you making out with
Elongated Man.
Elongated Man.
God damn it.
Jen told me she was so mad.
That is basically the plot of when Elongated Man opens his mouth.
Wait, does he eat you?
No, he's just like he kisses like everybody. It's like one of those like really weird kisses. It's just like Lisa Marie and fucking Michael Jackson at the Video Music Awards.
Oh, I haven't watched.
You know what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
what you're talking about.
That horrible face suck of a kiss.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just Jeremy Renner doing that to everybody. I don't know why. I don't really understand the plot of this movie.
It's a hit franchise. It made like $5 billion.
It did.
Cleaned up overseas.
Yeah.
Somehow people are just like piling into theaters to see Elongated Man 2. Anyways.
Anyway, so he's like, hey, I gotta do this thing. Like, somebody's gotta go to the Arctic and see if they can find this boat because I think it's here.
Yep.
And someone else has to go to New Jersey. So let's flip a coin, and whoever loses gets to go to New Jersey.
No, it doesn't even happen.
I know, I'm kidding.
No, but it would be funny if it was like that because really it's just like Batman just going, hey, Dick, why don't you just go to the Arctic and fuck off?
Yeah, he's like, hey, Dick, remember that super fashionable footie pajama outfit that Alfred made? How about you wear it in a couple pages?
Did you ever see that? You know how, well, actually, this came out before then. Actually, no, it came out the same year. In Christmas
Footie
Story.
pajamas?
No, Christmas Story when that kid, when the Ralphie's brother's wearing the snowsuit, he's like, Alfred made you one of those. You want to go to the Arctic? You want to go to the Arctic and fly a plane to the Arctic?
Yeah.
And do it? So
I just feel like whoever goes to New Jersey loses.
Yeah.
And that's Batman. So apparently there's an old dilapidated barn on the Wayne Manor.
Kind of looks like a dick.
It does. Well, that's not the barn I'm looking at. I'm looking at that barn.
Oh, this is the Bat Barn.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this. No, that's right. I forgot about the Bat Barn.
That's a dick.
This is a hang. There's a hanger that's shaped like a dick.
It looks like a dick. So there's apparently a very old, dilapidated barn on the Wayne property, in which the Bat plane gets flown out of. And I'm like, since when is there a fucking barn? But okay.
So Batman drives to Jersey though.
Yeah, Batman drive because where is
New Rhode Island?
It's Rhode Island.
Gotham
That's
is in
still
Rhode Island.
kind of a drive. It's not terrible.
I mean,
it's still like a 4 or 5 hour drive.
Tony Soprano made a drive like that in an episode. Oh no, he had a guy do it for him to kill a guy in Boston. That's not that far away.
Well, I mean, Jersey to all right. I mean, so it takes 4 hours to drive from New York
to Boston.
So from Boston to Rhode Island's what, like an extra hour and a half?
So I think it's 6 hours.
So Batman drives 6 hours to go to New Jersey?
Yep.
Man, he's stopped at so many dunks.
Oh, he's full of culottes.
Oh yeah. He's getting a lot of double doubles. He's doing the one coffee, one sugar thing.
It's a single, yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember how you order coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
I just order it like
it black.
very literally because when I go to Tim Duncan,
you get one cream,
Tim
one sugar.
Duncan's. Anyway,
Tim Duncan's.
That's a basketball player. Dunkin' Donut, whatever.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
You got a double double.
You order it like that, but yeah. Anyway, so Batman drives to Jersey.
Where there's a hangar looks like a dick.
New Jersey, and he goes to this hangar, and inside this hangar is a zeppelin.
Another blimp, not one that hopefully will not explode.
Additional blimp.
This guy has a lot of blimps. A lot of money spent on blimps in this book.
Also outfits.
Yeah.
Because remember, I think this is another one of those issues where we look at a comic and we go, "Hey, look at these henchmen's outfits."
Oh, that's right, because we've got a bunch of henchmen dressed in like green.
Well, what's his face? So Colonel Blimp is dressed like M. Bison.
Yeah,
but with a blimp because he has a logo.
Yes,
he has a blimp, which is a circle with a blimp in it, and there's a lightning strike going through the blimp.
He has that. Today's supervillains just don't put this much thought.
No, they don't.
They really don't. They don't get their own logo. I mean, they don't really think about branding.
Well, I feel like
these guys were all about branding.
Well, I feel like the Parademons kind of had that, and Batman v Superman. I feel like they kind of had like
that was like an army. I'm talking about like when you have like henchmen and goons.
Yeah.
Like, no, you know, like people used to brand everything. These people aren't branding shit.
Nope.
The
No,
hell?
they don't give a shit. So Batman kind of creeps around there, and then Robin goes to the Arctic in his feety pajamas.
Yeah, literally in feety pajamas. So it's like he just looks like he's wearing a sweatsuit with a hoodie that's the red, and then he has green boots on and light green gloves on.
Yeah.
And like an R.
It's silly.
It's really dumb.
So he lands his plane on ice, and I like how he's sliding. And he goes, I was like, man, bat plane's handling like a fat man on a banana peel on this ice.
Yeah. It's ice, bro.
And
Robin's never heard of ice.
Nope.
He doesn't understand how it works.
He's never heard of it, never seen it.
Is this a post?
Because it just rains in Gotham.
Is this a post-climate change book when ice doesn't exist anymore?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's why we'll let him off the hook.
So he shows up, and these soldiers or these Navy guys, Navy
Navy
sailors.
seamen,
I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word for the sailors?
sailors, or seamen.
Seamen. They're so happy to see Robin.
Yeah.
Like they're actually for guys that are like freezing in the Arctic. Because they're in the fucking Arctic, and they're all just kind of sitting here, kind of like, "Hey, what's up, Robin? Why don't you come aboard?"
Right.
You know? One guy, they're all like, "Oh, can I get his like? Hey, how about I get yours autographs?" You know.
Yeah. Also, why are you wearing this weird feety pajama?
Also, you look like such a tool.
You look like a ridiculous weirdo. So then Robin gets on board, and they're like,
I like this one guy, G. Scotty. He looks just like his pictures, don't he?
ugh.
I'm like, what's wrong with these?
It's like everybody is from fucking Long Island in these books.
Yeah, they're all just a bunch of bunch of whatever
Fucking townies.
townies.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, the Robin has a plan,
Yep.
and he's like, because I
We
fixed
love
it
a plan.
because I think he. Well, we find out, but he has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to. So we go back to the Blimp, the Jersey Blimp, and
But the blimp just comes and lands.
this is a different Blimp.
This is a different blimp.
I don't know if are we. This ain't the same Blimp.
This is the same blimp. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm like, why would we have a third blimp? And that's when, so like, it comes and it lands in the Arctic. There's a bunch of dudes dressed in green. And
A bunch of the Captain Blimp's or Colonel Blimp's henchmen.
Yeah, so they land and.
Well, what they're trying to do is they're going to try to put try to attach the Blimp to the boat and pick up the boat.
Good luck.
Right. Well, apparently they got it there.
Well, they could just sail it there.
I don't know. I'm assuming
It's in the water.
Yeah.
You
They're
just
gonna pick it
sail
up.
it.
Right, but I
But
mean,
now they're going to try to pick it up.
but that's how they got it there in the first place, I think.
No, they had to sail it. Why would
But
you
you wouldn't
pick it
even
up and then come back?
I don't think you could.
They
Where's
do.
the Air Force at all this?
Well, that's a good question. But they do make boats that are ice cutters.
No, I understand that.
Uh,
I don't know. Well, I should have read the issue before this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Captain Blimp, Colonel Blimp, who's very stylish in his long
is.
cigarette. He's smoking.
He's
a
got an
Newport.
ascot. This dude
This
is
is
like,
actually this would be a perfect picture for one of those old school like Newport,
yeah,
like you know what I mean, like the ones you would see.
taking over the world, make it Newport.
I used to love those. I liked looking at those because they would also make those into clocks. They would put like a clock face on them too, like right next to the
Oh.
ad. I remember seeing those a lot in the 80s.
I don't remember that. I just remember looking at Virginia Slims ads a lot and being
I'll have
like,
to look that up, but yeah.
was it? I think it was the Virginia Slims, or they might have had a cigarette called like Eve.
Maybe.
And they were the very long, thin cigarettes, and the filter had like flowers on them. And I was always fascinated by it.
80s
They
cigarette
were
talk.
very pretty.
Worst collection ever. Anyways, so the henchmen are like, hey, where's all those guys that we captured? And then thankfully Robin orchestrated that they get under a bunch of blankets and hide in the snow in
Covered
the
in
Arctic.
snow.
And they pop up with a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
And Robin uses that distraction to
Get onto the blimp.
get onto the Blimp.
And then now on the blimp is when Batman kind of makes himself known and starts kicking some dudes.
Oh, he just punches this dude in the back. I think he paralyzes this guy.
Oh,
look how this guy's falling. He's
that
just kind
guy's
of like
dead.
Like I think he just broke his brain stem.
Yeah, Batman just killed that man.
Batman's killed everybody.
Yeah, and so he like meets up with Captain Blimp, who's got a gun, and also like
It starts raining.
that's right. It's raining in the Blimp
Yes, because apparently the temperature change in the Blimp
in the Arctic.
and shit
There's
like
so
that.
much condensation that it's raining, and there's also like a canister of hydrogen.
Because he's
and-
obviously using the hydrogen. to
Right,
fuel
and the guy's got the gun, and he's like talking to Batman. This is where we get, and he's also, if this thing was filled with hydrogen, he couldn't have a cigarette. But he's not.
He's a
he's in
stupid villain, so he's like,
really dumb.
I'm
Anyway.
going to smoke in this hydrogen-filled Blimp because I am the dumbest man.
And it's somehow,
and I'm dressed like M. Bison.
and it's also somehow raining on me.
And it's also raining.
Whatever. So it's just everything's wet.
Well, this is where he explains that...
That he hates his dad because his dad gave him the name Blimp.
No.
That this is like a boy named Sue,
A boy named Blimp.
but it's a boy named Blimp.
No, basically his father was in the Navy, and his father was like the Blimp guy. Like he was really into like zeppelins and shit. And he was putting that, he was going to bring the, do the zeppelin thing and make, be the savior of the Navy or whatever. And the Navy was like, nah, we're not going to do zeppelins. And his father got so depressed that he died. And this is why Colonel Blimp has decided to take vengeance on the nation and avenge his father's love of blimps.
I like my version better.
I know your version. Actually, your version is much better.
My version is much better.
Your version is
so much better. Makes a lot more sense. So Batman like turns the hydrogen on this guy, and he's like, my cigarette is lighting
the hydrogen.
But somehow he doesn't explode.
Somehow he doesn't. Somehow
guy doesn't catch on fire.
Somehow Batman and this Colonel Blimp do not burn to death immediately.
And they should have.
But Batman posits that this rainstorm in here ought to keep this explosion under control. So apparently there's enough rain to keep the water or keep the hydrogen gas from being that flammable, even though it's enough for him to distract Blimp Boy.
Yeah.
And
so then Batman gives this dude an uppercut.
Yeah.
And his arm is drawn like it's 4 times too big for his body.
It is. He's kind of got like a...
Batman has a really large arm.
He's kind of... Yeah, he does. It's kind of weird. Like he's...
It's so big.
Yeah.
It's like you snapped the wrong arm onto an action figure.
Like he's got like an extra, like he is a Batman figure, but he has like an extra powerful arm that you put out, you take off, and it's like, Arr! So
really strong Batman. And then, so I don't know if it's like then Batman flies back to New Jersey because then we're outside the hangar again, and there's no snow, nobody else is around, and Batman is just triumphantly dragging this man like across the
maybe he
yard.
was in Jersey all the time
because Robin was on the Blimp. Unless there's 2 blimps.
No, I think what happened. Okay. Here's what I think happened.
I mean, if he has a blimp-based...
Oh, no. I think, okay. No, I think they're in a hangar, because he does mention that they're in a hangar into condensation. So I think Blimp Man is in the hangar, and he's...
There's another blimp.
The blimp was out there trying to get the boat, and Robin was...
Dude has 3 blimps.
No, he only has 2.
He burned 1 in the very beginning. That was 3. Now he's down to 2.
No, wait.
No. So there was
Where was the first blimp?
In the very beginning, when... it had the recording, and then it burst into flames.
That was Blimp 1.
Blimp number 1. Blimp number 2 is hanging out in this hangar in New Jersey. Blimp number 3 is in the Arctic.
I don't think there was another blimp in here.
That's 3 blimps.
He wasn't in the blimp. He was in the hangar. They were in the hangar.
Isn't there a blimp in the hangar?
I don't. Maybe there is. I don't know.
Is he just in the hangar? He only has 2 blimps?
I think he was Dose Blimp Man. He was a 2 Blimp Man.
2 Blimp Man. When you could
he was only Ood Blimp by the time Batman found him.
Well,
because he blew up the other blimp because he burned down DC with the other blimp.
They're still looking for bodies in that smoldering wreckage, and Batman's just like punching dudes in the face.
Fucking Elongated Man's working overtime to save DC.
Ugh.
So yeah, but basically Batman's in Jersey in the dick hangar.
Okay, I see.
And he's walking out, and I'm assuming since he's in Jersey, he's being greeted by the Situation and Snooki.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some pizza before he leaves.
Definitely. It's like he walks. The end. If there was a soundtrack playing over this, it'd be like shot.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be great if that's how a Batman movie ended.
Yeah.
If there's it's just Batman flying, just shot.
It could just end with something by Springsteen. Springsteen's from Jersey.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. I don't really know.
Yeah.
What would be a good Springsteen song down on that?
Born in the USA.
Probably born in the USA.
Nothing more American than beating your enemies through an unfair fight.
That's right. Born
in the USA, dragging a man by his fucking collar.
Dragging a man in a purple M. Bison costume.
Yes.
Okay, so real quick, there's a Batgirl backup.
I didn't really read this.
I know you didn't really read it.
I just looked at it. There's a lady in a tiger costume.
Her name is the Velvet Tiger.
Sure.
And this is actually real quick, because I like to look this up sometimes before we read these, is to see what kind of these villains or these characters last. Captain Blimp, this is it for him.
I can't imagine why.
Or Colonel Blimp, that's it. He's done.
Yeah.
We'll never see him again.
No.
Until what's his face? Jeff Johns reboots him.
Yeah, he probably will.
New 50, Captain Colonel Blimp rebirth.
Rebirth, yeah.
But Velvet Tiger, who basically the premise of this is that Batgirl is chasing after this. So there's this Velvet Tiger character who is using or doing some sort of blackmail operation,
sure,
to steal a bunch of money from a computer company that her brother is also part owner of or something. And
whatever.
She tries to double cross her brother, and
it doesn't go well.
Batgirl shows up, and she tries to, she basically she foils the plan, but the Velvet Tiger gets away. And prior to this, the brother burns all this evidence that would have captured her or whatever, would have put her away. And anyway, so she runs, so Batgirl's hey, so we should stop her and we should try to try to put her behind bars, and and the brother's I can't put my sister behind bars.
God, that's right.
Just being really whiny, and she's so mad. But Barbara's so mad.
Yeah,
Barbara's so mad that she says, and I'm going to read this. Her kind makes me so angry. She's manipulative and arrogant and doesn't respect anything but her own whims. She was going to kill her own brother. She's the kind of woman who makes me ashamed to be one.
Oh, God.
So I have a question. I thought that Batgirl's identity was secret from her father. Because here she's walking in and talking to Commissioner Gordon, and she's just
I think it was retconned at one point.
I mean, here at this point, she's walking in, she's like, I had a rough day at work, and, I hate being a woman, and whatever, and, and what's his face? Commissioner Gordon's like, well, it's she got away, and you can go capture her again, and you're safe, and she's like, yes, father, oh, I love you.
Yeah, I think it was retconned at one point. I don't really remember. I don't know the history of Batgirl well enough to explain that, but I'm sure, everything else, it's been retconned 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, and that's how that ends, and then we get a letters page, the Bat Cave, of course. Mm-hmm. There's a guy here, which I took a look at this real quick, because some of these letters are fucking huge, but there's a guy here, his name is Kent A. Phoenix.
Woo!
But for a second, because it's, it's P-H-E-N-I-S.
Penis.
And for a second, I looked at that, and I was like, this guy's not saying penis? I was like, oh. No.
And that guy's a penis-based villain.
What?
If his last name is Penis.
Oh, yeah.
Then he has to drive around in that penis car like Ace and Gary.
Yeah,
ambiguously gay duo.
He's definitely renting that.
Yeah.
So definitely stealing that from the archives.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's Fetus, but this guy probably got, this poor dude.
Yeah.
Probably got tortured in school.
Called Penis.
So
penis.
But yeah, poor Kent Phoenix. I hope you're having you're having a great life, and you are Maybe I should look him up. See how he's doing.
Why would you look?
I don't know. I want to know how he's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing great. He's doing great.
But
He's got a nice watch.
yes, great watch.
Such a nice watch. Good job. Nice watch.
Great job. Nice watch. The Ken Fina story. Anyways, that's it for this week's show. Thank you for listening.
Oh, we never said if we'd read the next one.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah, of course. That's a given. Anyway.
The Detective Comics, I mean, we're in early 80s.
Yeah.
We're
getting to the point where it's getting a little much.
Getting a little much, but I mean, Jesus.
But almost a crisis, so, yeah.
We're almost about to reboot this shit, but
yeah,
we're not there yet.
Nope.
So let's
keep going.
Let's keep going. But yeah, that's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever, or email the show at worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get the show. Give us 5 stars if you think we deserve it. We get wild. I don't know how sometimes we do the first half hour of the show just trying to warm up and we're just spouting some of the nonsense we do, but
yeah,
we do appreciate.
We shouldn't be allowed on air.
No, we could do it.
I think
it's a podcast. Nobody can tell us anything.
Well, that's the thing. Thank God for the internet.
That's right. But yeah, and we do appreciate you guys checking us out, and we're buffoons.
Yes.
This is
buffoonery.
Business buffoonery at its finest, but also taking a piss out of comics like we do.
With love.
Yeah. I mean, I will read these. Hey, we read these all day. I would read these.
Oh, I totally read those all day. And I would also buy those Robin Footie pajamas.
Why is that not a thing?
I'd buy those.
But why can't I find that at a convention?
Yeah.
Because I probably would. You know what? I probably wear it.
100%.
I wear it along with my Halloween mask I've just bought.
Yeah. Now you kind of look like the Scarecrow.
Kind of look at the Scarecrow. Ooh,
or a Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead, or maybe like a Bray Wyatt kind of thing.
Could also be like a fiend.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, if DC's listening, go back into Detective Comics number 519 and look up that fashion, that Robin's dishing out.
Right.
Anyways, folks, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.